What is up, Florida Outdoors people? Welcome back to the Florida Outdoors Men channel. Who is excited, ecstatic? I'm running out of E-words for when I do these intros. I need to switch like I or A or any other vowel. I think those are vowels. I don't know. I was never good at school. That's why I have my current job. Me no smart. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Today's video is going to be something kind of cool. I'm going to be testing out if crab bait is the best bait. Alright? I'm going to be using shrimp. Probably the cooked shrimp that you get over in the grocery section. So, like, the most expensive bait. Crab bait. And then, I don't know what third option. Probably going to do like finger mullet or something. I don't know. But typically everything that I hear, shrimp heads are like the best bait that I hear for blue crab. And then we had success with the crab bait because that was the only thing we caught last week. Any crabs on. And then I've caught crabs off a finger mullet before. So yeah. Crab bait, shrimp, finger mullet. Let's get into Walmart. Let's go get the stuff. It's about to rain, which is very important because it really affects the underwater crabs. You know, the rain really affects them. They don't want to get their hair wet. All right, guys, let's go get our bait. I'll see you in there. Yeah. Alright, y'all. So we got the finger mullet and the crab bait. They don't have any shrimp in the bait thing. So yeah, we are gonna have to go over to the grocery section and get the cooked shrimp. I have some at home, so I'm just gonna use that instead, but yeah. Let's go back to the truck. I'm sorry, let's check out first. We don't want anyone to think we're stealing. But let's go get checked out, get us some Monster because I'm tired and I need one. And then let's go get the boat, and let's go get these baits out, these traps out. All right, see you guys. Y'all, so I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but this wind is ripping right now. All right, so let's get these traps set out pretty quick. All right, first one first. We're going with the shrimp. I'll load that baby up. Unfortunately, it's raw, peeled, and deveined shrimp, so it ain't got any goodness to it. It's just the shrimp. Just the meat, I should say. And, like I always say, tuck your balls. Don't take that out of context. All right. And then let's get out of here because there's leaves. All right. Here goes one. Let's go set up the next one. For this one, I want to set it up on the other side of this little river area. And we're going to be using tried and true crab bait. We know that this one has caught crabs, as we saw last week. and we're gonna try and catch crabs with it again. Now remember guys, like I said last week, the secret to catching crabs is to dump all of the juices and stuff right onto your boat deck. Come on. She is actively not wanting to go in. There we go. Alright. So, always make sure you smell your crab bait too. Make sure it's good. Because if it doesn't smell, then it ain't good crab bait. Alright. All out of the trap. Trying to get out of here before the rain starts. Alright. Set this behind this log here, or this fallen palm tree, I should say. Alright. There we go. Make sure she sinks right. And then let's set another one, this last one up a little ways down the way. Seems like our best bet has been next to fallen logs, like you would do when you're fishing. I don't know if that's true. That just seemed like I was having the best luck last week. So, there's a fallen, so the two traps are way back there. And there's a fallen set of logs over here. And then a bunch of like lily pads. This is kind of like brackish water. So, oh yeah, what do we got left? We got mullet. Don't use your teeth, guys. Use a knife. But, as I always say, do as I say, not as I do. It does look kind of shallow here. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe shallow is the secret. Maybe mullet and shallow water is the secret to catching crabs. Just gotta make sure I'm not in the channel. Ooh, that wind is a-blowing. This is the oldest trap I got. Old, rusty, trusty trap. Okay. Get this thing, get my nose pointed into the wind, and we'll toss her real quick. Here we go. Sinking right. Ooh. That is shallow. I mean, it's low tide, so it should be okay. You know, hold traps under the water. I don't know how I feel about that one. We will see tomorrow. All right. I'll hit you up for tomorrow's video, or for tomorrow's clip. All right, guys. See you in a second. All right, y'all. Welcome to day 2 of testing which is the best crab bait between crab bait, shrimp, and finger mullet. I had to think about that one for a second. All right, we got cheap crab bait, which has been the best bait so far. We've got the finger mullet, which is the medium priced, and then we've got the peel and eat shrimp, that's actually made for human consumption and not just bait, which is the expensive one. But technically speaking, I guess that one was free, considering I didn't buy it at Walmart. So I'll let you guys decide on which is the expensive versus cheap, but to me it's crab bait, finger mullet, and then the shrimp. Alright, let's go pull these traps. I'm done babbling. Alright, so we're approaching our first trap. I always put this trap right here by this tree on the wrong side every time, and they complain because I can't grab it from this side. I gotta grab it from this side. So there's no one here to listen to me ramble this time, at least. Alright, so we're almost up to the trap. Boy, that trap line was straight up and down. Alright. Let's see. What do we have in this first trap, which was shrimp? Nothing. Nothing like the shrimp. Huh. Alright. Okay. Nothing like the shrimp. That's fine. It sucks. It's really hopeful there. They're hopeful that the peel on each shrimp would be something. But I guess the most expensive bait does not always catch the most crab. Watch, guys. It's going to be the crab bait that gets the most crab. And I would have done this video for like no reason and could have done it a lot cheaper. Alright, well, on to the next trap, which was, I think, crab bait. I think this one was the crab bait. And the ball is right up against a tree, so this is going to be kind of tricky. Tree tricky. Alright. So, I mean, they soaked for about 24 hours. It's the same thing we did last week. So, alright. Coming up on the ball. This one we're gonna get in neutral so that way we can. I'm just trying to avoid hitting this tree real quick. Yep, this is be a lot easier with a crew of people. We got, oh wow. Alright. So, so far crab bait's winning with 4, are they all male? 4 male crabs. That's what the crab bait's winning at. Alright, cool. I'm gonna just set it there. That way we can go grab this last trap and you guys can see me squirm as I try and get 4 nice sized blue crab out of a trap. Actually, let me dump this bait while I have it. That way it's not sitting up on the deck. Alright. There we go. Alright, so 4 blue crab. So far, the crab bait is winning when it comes to blue crabs. Did I also dump out a claw? Oh well, that sucks. Ooh, I just remembered I didn't bring the cooler too. Huh. They might be staying in the trap until we get back to the house. That was a dumb move on my part. Cannot believe that I forgot to bring the cooler with me. Alright, last one. Finger mullets. This one was set really far away from the other two traps. So, this is old rusty trusty trap too. This was the one that was set like real shallow. Yep, and two on the finger mullet. All right, so I think we have a clear winner, but let's get back to the boat ramp and yeah, I'll figure out what I have to do with these. But I think we have a clear winner, guys. Are they all male as well? Male and male. Huh. We are only catching male blue crabs. All right, so let's dump out bait. Try not to get pinched. There we go. All right, so 6 male blue crabs. I would say that's not too bad of a haul. What would you guys say? So, all right, let's get back to the boat ramp, and then we'll get these guys out of the traps, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, see you back at the boat ramp. All right, y'all. So, as you can see, we're out of the water. Let's get these crabs put away into the bin, and then we'll whew, some feisty looking crabs. Then we'll go back to the house. Just gotta undo. No, let's get them all away from the trap. All right, y'all, I know this isn't the greatest angle, but this is the best I can do with that amount. All right, let's get these guys put away in the trap. Ooh, these are some feisty looking crabs. All right, come on, get down. There we go. All right, let's get them put away into the bin. Come on. Shaky, 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 shaky. Come on. Come on, crab. There we go. All right. 2 in the bin. Come on. Last one. There we go. All right, 4 crabs in the bin. I'm not gonna show you guys putting the ball, making the trap, and getting it all ready to travel again. Yeah. You've already seen that enough times. All right. Old rusty trusty trap. Got another one. Got another set of crabs. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Perfect. We got crabs in there. Probably throw some water in here. Probably should have put the plug in there first before I put them in there, because now, you know what, I think they'll be fine. I don't think we need to put water in there. All right guys, let's get back to the house and I don't know, I'll hit you with the outro. We'll see. We'll see where this video goes. I might cook them up. I might freeze them. You'll know in the next section. See you guys in a minute. All right, yo. So, as you can see, I'm ending this the same way I ended it last week. On the back of my truck, in the storage unit, next to my 2 boats, one of which I still can't even drive. I got mahi offshore, from what I'm told, sailfish being caught. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where I was going, but to end this on a better note, I got a monster. I got 6 very pissed off crabs. I got me some dinner to make tonight. All right. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into this video. I think we proved which is the best bait to use when it comes to crabbing. Number 1 is the cheapest bait. Thank God. Cheapest bait, medium bait, most expensive bait, worst one so far. We didn't catch a single one in that crab trap. I don't know what was going on. Maybe what I'm thinking, and this is just a theory, a fishing theory. I landed on like a whole colony of crabs, and they were pulling the bait up from underneath and never actually went into the trap. So there's like 30 or 40 crabs underneath the trap that were stuck down there, but they were able to get their claws in and pick at the shrimp, and that's why there was none in there, and that's why there was none on top either, because I landed on top of them. That's what I'm going with. All right, so I've taken up enough of y'all's time. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into this video. It was another great one. It is still another beautiful day here in Florida. We got plenty of adventures to come. We got the Jenny Lynn, we got the Sunny, and we are out, guys. All right? Always remember, if you ain't wet, you ain't fishing in Florida. See you guys. Oh man, guys, I got my hat wet.